Hello everyone, welcome back to Teacup Tarot. My name is Reya, and in today's video we are taking a look at what is it that you need to focus on in 2022. And of course, along with what you need to focus on, we will look into a couple of things that you need to ignore or surrender. Yeah? Having said that, you have three piles in front of you. You can pick according to the feathers, the images, or one of these plates, whichever way speaks to you. I'll give you some time when it comes to selecting your pile, and then we'll start with pile 1. Hello, and if you've selected pile 1, these are the things that you need to focus on in the year 2022. And I hope the year has started off on a really good note, because the vibe of 2022 is super promising. And for you, especially pile 1, what you need to focus on is yourself. Okay, so if in the past year, if in the past couple of years your life has been about others, living for others, depending on their opinions or depending on whether they agree with you or not, this year is going to be about discovering yourself, what you want, what defines you, what do you expect from life, all of these things. Because what is happening is there is almost a process of becoming stronger in your own skin, okay? And this is going to be a magical year for you, because you will almost meet your highest potential is what is coming through. Okay, so remember, it is all about you this year, and that's what you need to focus on, your life. At the same time, you need to understand that before you focus on yourself, there are certain things that are still pending, that you're still holding on to, that are not serving you in the best way possible. So you need to release it, okay? And I mainly see this as releasing some friends from your life, all right? The energy of some friends, or maybe the ex-friendship, yeah? Ex-friendship which is no longer there in the present, maybe you need to release that. Now this could be relationship as well, but whatever it is, the aspect of releasing relationships that have already served their purpose is what is important for you to remove. Yeah, that's what's important here. Now, yes, this is meant to be a year where you have to shine as a human being, okay? You need to bring about parts of you that are extraordinary. Even the most ordinary talents that you believe nobody will notice or nobody will care about, they actually are really essential for your growth as a person. And not only you, maybe these talents that you have, other person need in their life to make their life easier, to make their life better. Now this could be in the form that you have a particular skill and somebody at work does not have it, and they learn from you just by watching you. That level of extraordinariness is what you need to focus on. So you need to grow, especially things that are lying dormant in you. Now this could be talents, this could be skill. Maybe you know how to, you're very good at music, you can play an instrument, so maybe go in that direction. Or maybe you're really good at writing, so write a book. Whatever is extraordinary about you, whatever makes you special, is what you need to focus on in this year. Now, one more thing that is really important for you is donating, okay? Now this could be donating money, donating your time, or donating your skill set, okay? That's all possible. But of course, at the same time, one thing you have to remember, pile 2, if in the year 2022 you come across situations that are less than ordinary, or something that you consider an obstacle, especially at that point of time, make an intention that so that this problem will go out of your life, you're doing this, and donate a little amount of money, okay? That donation in the sense of releasing something is also important. It sort of helps you balance your karma as well, is what is coming forth, okay? So once again, donation is going to be supremely important. And remember this, if in the past somebody has done something for you, okay, like this could be your parents, they've really put in hard work towards making you who you are, maybe you need to give it back to them by being good to them, by respecting them, taking care of them, giving back. The karmic rebalance, that is what you need to focus on in the year 2022. Now, also, you need to focus on receiving healing, okay? Now, of course, receiving healing can be in many forms, but let me tell you this, the best kind of healing comes from God. It comes from prayer. So make sure you make prayer a priority, And prayer can be in any form, okay? This could be in the form of walking meditation, this can be in the form of chanting or visiting a holy place, whichever way healing speaks to you. But you need to allow that healing to come into your life, and sometimes you need to make time for rest, you need to make time for self-care. Remember, it is all about you in the year 2022. So be open to receiving healings. Okay, at the same time, you need to develop your hobbies this year. Okay, now if there is something that you've been wanting to learn for a very long time, you need to go in that direction, because you never know, that hobby may actually turn into a full-time job for you. And remember something, go into something just to enjoy it, just to be really having a good time with it. Because you know what happens is, sometimes we get into learning something, but we just learn it because we need to pass an examination, or we learn it because, okay, it's something I need to show to the world. But do this because you are having fun, and that is when the magic will happen for you. So hobbies, creativity is something you need to focus on in year 2022. Okay, now this is very interesting. All right, now you have your ancestors showing up. So maybe honoring your ancestors, looking at the stories of their lives, looking at how well they've lived, the lessons that have left for you, all of these things. But at the same time, especially this specific month, according to the Hindu calendar, is meant for ancestors. So this month, especially, if you can, whether you are a Hindu or if you're open to, doing things that belong to other spiritual beliefs, honor them, respect them, do something for them, or again, donate some money, donate some food in their name. But honoring them is something that you need to focus on, not only this month, but also in the year 2022. I don't know if you watched my previous reading, because for you, Pile 1, you absolutely had the ancestral blessing. So it's almost like the ancestors want to do more for you, but they also want you to remember them, to remember their life, their stories. Remember this, they live through you. That's something you need to remember, okay? Because if you let go of their memory, nobody else will remember them. Yeah, so that's something you honey have to understand. And connecting with ancestors, please make sure it is a priority for you in the year 2022. Now, something else that you need to focus on is, when opportunities show up at your doorstep, say yes. Say yes to help, say yes to any work related opportunity that is coming, because what is happening for you is, certain really important and life-changing activities will actually happen for you in 2022. The time is just right. In fact, this is divine timing for you, right? So please ensure that when the opportunity is available, you say yes to it. So saying yes at just the crucial times is what you need to focus on this year. Alright, at the same time, you need to focus on giving thanks for everything that you have already. See, Pile 1, just the fact that you have good health, that you have blessings, that your loved ones are good, and you can just afford to just relax and watch this video, is in itself a luxury, right? You have your eyes, you have your ears, you can react to things. There are a lot of people who do not even have these simple things, right? So please make sure you are maintaining an attitude of being grateful. Alright, let me tell you something, Pile 1. You're very close to achieving something that you've always wished for. Now, this is specific to a couple of you, right? So maybe you want to get that promotion, or maybe you want to buy a new house, or you want to invest in a new car. But whatever your dream is, that wish you have, that on your manifestation board, it is going to come true very, very soon. So you need to focus on that. You need to put in the hard work and the positive energy to make sure that happens. So, okay, because this year is very, very lucky for you, Pile 1. That's the impression that I'm getting here. So, wish is definitely going to come true. Okay, now Pile 1, you better pay close attention to your spiritual life, okay? Meditation, contemplation, chanting the name of God, whatever your spiritual path is. But your psychic abilities are going to develop, and if you continue on your spiritual path, you definitely are going towards that awakening, understanding things deeply. So it's a very important year for you, very, very important. And surrender to miracles. Okay, now I will just be very clear here. Whatever is happening in your life, it is divinely guided. Okay, you are here at the right point of time. So if you're receiving some kind of guidance, if you're receiving help from somebody, if a wish comes true, it is because of the blessing of God, easily the blessing of God. All right, and of course maintain an attitude of gratitude at all point of time, so that more bounty is shared with you, more blessings come your way, and you're able to live a beautiful life. Yeah, overall those are the things that you need to focus on in the year 2022. As always, as I wrap this video up, I just want to share all my love with you and lots of prayers for your future. And of course, I am open always to taking your prayer requests. So if you have any prayer request, leave that in the comment section below. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 2, these are the things that you need to focus on in the year 2022. Now, first of all, one thing that you have to be very careful of is your habit of procrastination, of pushing things to another day, of thinking that, okay, maybe not today, tomorrow. That's something you have to be careful of, and you have to focus in a way that you do not procrastinate. Okay, that's very important for you, because remember, 2022 is very crucial, and discipline for you, pile 2, is especially important, more than anything else, right? So quit your habit of procrastination is a message coming through. And once again, you are very strong people. You do multiple things at multiple times. So of course, please make sure you're prioritizing what you can do right now and what you can do at a later point of time. Okay, so really having a schedule around your life is going to be important, and something you need to make a priority. Okay, like previous day, for the next day you can probably have like a to-do list. Prioritize, make sure you have a timetable and act according to it. Okay, because that's something you clearly need to focus on. Now, one thing that you need to do is you need solid plans for your life, okay, especially for the year 2022. It's like not only plans for this year, but you have to ask yourself, what can I do today that will make my tomorrows easier? Because this is a very strong year for you. If you streamline your energies properly this year, the progress you'll make, it is easily going to be the work of at least 2 years. Okay, so make plans, but action has to be immediate for you. Now, at the same time, what you need to do is you need to understand that you have to give your spirituality a little bit more importance than usual. Now the year 2022 is going to be a lesson where you learn to surrender. Okay, so spiritually you are going to be growing a lot. And remember something, you pile 2, especially you are old souls. Like clearly you guys are healers, you have beautiful energies. So clearly old souls here. So your knowledge on the earthly plane is going to get deeper, and you will understand certain lessons that you're meant to in this lifetime, and this is actually happening quicker. Okay, so the process of awakening has been speeded for you, and your knowledge is getting deeper. Remember, at the same time, I feel like your relationship with divine is going to enter a newer realm is also possible. So please make sure you're making your spiritual life a priority. You are making meditation a priority for you as well. Now, another thing that you need to focus on is your own vibration. See, sometimes what happens is our vibrations get affected by somebody else's behavior, but you shouldn't really go out and fix other people. You need to fix your vibration in such a way that no matter who comes in front of you, no matter what another person behaves, you vibrate at an optimum level. You vibrate the joy of light. Okay, that's important. So take care of your vibration, and your energy levels is what you need to focus on in 2022. Now, one more thing that is important for you is something is not make you happy. All right, if a career choice is not making you happy, if a certain relationship is not making you happy, maybe you need to ask yourself why you are doing that in the first place, because there is a possibility in the year 2022 you may experience some boredom or certain stagnancy. Alright, see, the reason why this is happening is that you question yourself and maybe go in a different direction, a direction that is meant for you. So if at any point of time in 2022 you feel, okay, maybe this is not for me, maybe I need to do something else, listen to that inner voice that speaks to you, okay? Because maybe a change of course may help you in the long run is what is coming forth. Yes, absolutely. It is a year of awakening for you, okay? So a lot of spiritual gifts are going to be coming your way. The aspect of surrender is very strong here. So please, you make sure you are meditating on priority. This can be walking meditation, this can actually be chanting, or for some people, this can actually be through yoga as well, okay? Because yoga is also a method using which awakening can happen, like perfecting one specific posture. Yeah, that's also coming forth. But the process of awakening is going to happen in 2022. And remember something, when awakening happens, certain things that you're not happy with or certain things that do not belong go out of your life and newer things replace it. So that may actually happen for you, and you may find yourself going in a different direction altogether. So just be open to that possibility is what is coming through. Okay, now what you need to focus on is your relationships that you formed in your past. Now this could be friends that you've not connected since a very long time, friends from school, friends from university, loved ones that you've not had a connection with for a very long time, but reunion of some sort is indicated for you in the year 2022. So connecting and resolving issues may also be something that you need to focus on, so that when you awaken, when your energy really ascends to the next level, you don't have anything holding you back. So very important year for you this 2022 is going to be. Now, one thing that you need to focus on is grounding, okay? Grounding your energies. Now, let me tell you this. What happens during the process of awakening is you have extra energy going to your upper chakras, okay? Now, starting from your throat chakra. So then what happens is you sort of experience a disconnect with the present, okay, with the material world, with reality, with relationships. And because you are still on the earthly plane and you still want to live in the human society, you cannot become a hermit immediately, right? So you need to make sure that you're grounding your energies. This could be by going outside, connecting with the energies of nature, or in certain cases just chanting the Ganesh mantra, Om Gam Ganpate Namah. Okay, so that's something you can do, but your root chakra needs to be really optimally strengthened this year, so that all areas of your life thrive, okay? This will be your relationship, this will be your material world, this will be finance, but your root chakra needs to be strong for that process of awakening for you. And yes, peace, now this is peace when it comes to your relationship. So if your relationship with family, if your relationship with friends or your spouse is not ideal, maybe you need to first inculcate that sense of peace within you. See, one thing that I absolutely believe in, the people who are in our life, they almost, project to us what we give out, especially because we are spiritual beings, okay? And especially people who are on the path of spirituality tend to attract these people. So if you want a good relationship, you need to give out that energy of peace, the energy of love, the energy of acceptance, so that two things will happen. Either some people will come into your life or some people will leave. Two of these things happen, okay? So you need to make sure, once again, keep your vibration right. And the second is, please make sure you're feeling at peace at all point of time. Another thing that you need to focus on is to surrender your attachment to results. Whatever you're doing, this is your work situation especially, you need to do it because you have fun with it. And, just forget about the results. See, if you're enjoying your job, you will make sure that you attract abundance, because that will be divine abundance, okay? So because what will happen is you will align with what your soul wants to do, right? And once again, if you want to change your job, just do that, because I feel like this year 2022 may actually cause that to happen in a couple of people's life. Yeah, so surrender your attachment to results and do whatever you're doing for the love of it. That's the message for you. Family. Okay, this year 2022 is about your family. So your family needs to be your focus, your relationships need to be your focus, and also what you can do for your family and not what your family can do for you. So if you can be of help to somebody, if you can say a kind word to somebody, or just by holding space for them, that's what you need to focus on, okay? Because I feel like your family relationships are going to be important for you. So please ensure you are being there for them more than anything else. But situations are getting better, and in fact, you need to just focus on the now. Focus on the now, okay? What can you do today that your future self will thank you for, because we all have just the present moment to live our best lives. So make sure you're living your best life today and not leave your dreams for tomorrow. Yeah, that's the message for you, and these are the things basically that you need to focus on in the year 2022. As always, as I wrap this video up, I just want to pray for your growth, your abundance, your amazing 2022 and beyond. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've picked pile 3, these are the things that you need to focus on in the year 2023. Alright, now first of all, for you, pile 3, what you need to focus on is to learn from life. Alright, so whatever you're learning in the year 2022, I don't really see this as learning as much from books, but from practical exposure from your everyday life. But clearly, there is a lot you need to learn, and this year is actually going to make you wiser. Like really wise, because what I really see is, a lot of people are going to come to you for advice, for support, and you are going to be like this wise advisor, almost like, the hierophant or the high priestess. That kind of energy is what I'm really seeing. So clearly there is a lot you need to learn from life. And interestingly, the very next card that comes up for you is pride. So when you get that much respect in society, when people really admire you for where you are and who you are, basically, you need to understand that you need to surrender pride to make sure that doesn't happen for you. See, what happens is, especially when it comes to our spiritual life, our pride becomes a number one obstacle. Alright, the ego part. So that's something you need to surrender in the year 2022. Now, at the same time, this is going to be a year where you have to focus on making yourself the most high vibrational being ever. Now this could involve like making cleansing a part of your daily routine, like using Palo Santo, using sage, chanting, all of these things. So once again, when it comes to purity, it is all about body, mind and soul. So you need to ensure that you're keeping your thoughts right, you're speaking the right things, and whatever you do, make sure it is with the energy of love, because the energy of love, unconditional love, is the purest form of energy there is. Yeah, once again, these are things that you need to really focus on. So purity is another aspect of it. Now, at the same time, this year I feel like a lot of things are going to need your focus. Your home life is going to need your focus. Your work life is going to need your focus. And I also feel like this year you are going to have a very, very strong social life. Maybe this can be like meeting people physically, or connecting with a lot of people, maybe work related connections, but socially I feel like you are going to be having an elevated standard than usual. So you have to focus on yourself, you have to focus on your appearance as well. So maybe getting like a wardrobe upgrade, focusing on how you dress, focus on how you speak. Those are things that are going to be requiring your attention. But a very social kind of a persona is what I'm seeing for you in the year 2022. At the same time, you need to ensure that you're having firm boundaries around yourself, all right? What you're okay with, what you're not okay with. What happens is, some people, they want us so much because they love us so much, or, they have certain kind of an affection for us, and they just want to have a piece of you almost, like, right? So it's important for you to understand, if you're not okay with that kind of attention, if you're not okay with somebody speaking to you a certain way, maybe establish some kind of boundaries and value yourself. Learn to say no is something that is going to be very important, and something you have to exercise not only right now but throughout the year. Okay, maintain a boundaries, but at the same time, please make sure you're not isolating yourself completely. Yeah, make sure you're maintaining a balance between these two things is what is coming forth. But at the same time, I feel like, you have to prepare yourself, because a lot of changes are coming your way, a lot of positive changes, and that is what I'm seeing. And, you may also find that a lot of different avenues may open for you that were previously not there. Maybe, your status will get elevated, especially when it comes to your work position, or even in terms of your family. But people's respect is something that you have to prepare yourself for, is what I'm really getting here. But at the same time, if you have any kind of goals for yourself, you need to ensure that you're acting on it. You're not really going so much into the zone of planning, but acting. taking immediate action if you want to do something is something you need to focus on. At the same time, your work needs your attention, and this is not just doing any normal kind of work. This is getting the best at it. If you are doing something new, if you're studying something, or if you're learning something, or even your day-to-day task, make sure you are a master at it. Like, nobody can point any kind of flaws about it. That's the kind of work you need to do. Remember, you need to be somebody that people learn from. People will respect you. So you need to earn that respect in a way is what is coming through for you as well. Now, at the same time, what you need to focus on is what makes you happy, what ignites that power in you, what really makes you super happy, and what is something that you could do, waking up at 12 o'clock at night. So your passion needs to be something you need to surrender to. And if there is a hobby that is calling to you for a very long time, or if there's something that you've been wanting to do, you need to go in that direction, because clearly you need to surrender to your passion this year. Now, another thing that is superly important for you is to maintain a kind of routine when it comes to your spiritual guides. Talk to them, have a connection with them, because that as well needs to have your focus. Now, I see this as somebody on the other plane, right? So a spiritual guide is definitely coming in, and the spiritual guide is going to teach you a lot. And the way guides teach us is always through our life. So once again, it really ties up with the message in a way. Now, one more thing that you need to focus on is not to let your doubts or fears get to you so much. So make sure you liberate yourself from certain beliefs you hold about yourself, especially outdated beliefs is what I'm seeing for you. Don't believe them, okay? They're just dialogues, and sometimes your inner mind is just leaving those blocks for you. So clear them out and liberate yourself from that belief. And of course, you also need to liberate yourself from fear, right? Now this is like a repeated message for you. You need to release yourself, all right, is what is coming through for you. And you need to surrender to fun, okay? You need to be playful, you need to enjoy yourself, you need to really connect with people who make you happy. And if you feel like there are certain people in your life who just drown your energy, or who don't contribute significantly to your life, maybe it's time to, liberate yourself from that connection. But overall, you need to have fun. Yeah. See, you need to also invite new people in your life, all right? People who light you up, people who are always there for you. Those are the kind of people you should never release. Remember that. The people who are there for you when nobody else was there. And honor them, cherish them. That's something you need to focus on. And learn to have fun wherever you are. In your work position, do your work with the most amount of fun, because that's what life is all about, right? We are not here only to learn lessons. We are anyway going to be learning them. But life is a school, and I remember having a lot of fun in school. So I hope you do remember those beautiful times, and remember that in everyday life, you got to make time for having fun. You need to make fun a priority. So today, ask yourself, what makes you supremely happy? And tell me that in the comment section, and do more of it. All right, do more of it, because when you give out that energy of happiness, when you give out that energy of joy, of enthusiasm, what do you think will come back to you in return? That energy will come to you, right? And if you focus on the energy of fear, what do you think will come to you? More things to be fearful for, right? So it's better to just enjoy life and to just be in the zone of positivity. Right? That's what's important for you. And those are the things that you need to focus on in the year 2022. But I believe the most important part of this is to ensure purity when it comes to this year. Purity of thought, purity of speech, and purity of life. That's what's coming through for you. As always, as I wrap this video up, I want to leave you with nothing but my best wishes and lots of prayers for your future. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.